This rapper and him, they all in the room together. May I go to the deck that go to Daddy House Studio? And I'm with Diddy and Q-Tip. And they was in there doing some you all wrecking the sack, you all wrecking the energy. I could do without when I converse with these fellows that run these streaming stages. Busta Rhymes as of late, bad as blossoms at the BET Grants and the rap symbol, took as much time as necessary to enjoy the scenery. The multi-platinum rapper, lyricist, and record maker was respected with a Lifetime Accomplishment Grant. Sunday night, the honor perceives industry trailblazers who prominently affect culture and diversion. Busta was presented by humorist Marlon Wayans, who lauded the rapper as a splendid melodic power. The most lovely part about my life, I've been genuinely sustained by probably the most unbelievable ladies on the planet. Each tune this man has done, he's been a piece of others' hits and been taking hits for quite a long time. Make an appearance, said in the event that you know Busta. We are glad for Busta in this room, since everyone realizes he merits it. He's a decent sibling, an extraordinary buddy. Getting the lofty honor ended up being a personal second for the rapper. I will wear it on my sleeve. I would like to cry, Rhymes said prior to spotting his eyes with a hand towel, conveying an extended acknowledgement. Discourse, the Wuha got all of you under tight restraints. Rapper credited piece of his prosperity to his dark social legacy. And yet he remembered to bring up those he felt were exploiting youthful rappers. Let me show you the best way to do this. And afterward, the young man say, obviously, OG, you realize we recognize you, OG, a ton of significance from our kin and our way of life is, of course, since it's simply the enchanted that we have. Rhyme said, I am appreciative for the gift that has been gave to me, and this gift that I have been given, and this fire that keeps on copying as an enthusiasm in my spirit. Rhyme added, it's me attempting to carry out my responsibility to keep on propelling the way of life and keep on contributing in a critical manner. I see such countless individuals in here that I have known and developed with for quite a while. You're watching me develop, and I love all of you, and I know you all adoration me. Rhymes likewise said thanks to his friends in the hip bounce local area and made fun of his overworn disposition. I'm a genuine provider of adoration. He said, some of the time I realize I could overpower you. All I need to embrace you. And I won't let you go. I'll shake your hand tight. I address you from a spot that I truly believe you should realize I actually intend what I'm talking about here. He likewise appeared to gently toss pokes at Diddy, who everybody knows isn't a provider oceanside that we do in Raptors. Applause, you're wrecking the pack, you all wrecking the energy. Subsequent to saying thanks to a few people who've stuck close to him all through his profession, Busta urged different rappers to shut down these little negligible hamburgers that we do. You all wrecking the pack, you all wrecking the energy I could do without when I converse with these fellows that run these streaming stages. And they discussing, you realize we are switching the buyer off in light of the fact that there's such a lot of tat of this and minimal that is happening with you rappers. We will stop that. We will cherish one another. And we will get this cash regardless of coming from the 90s period of rap music. Busta communicated reverence for my new craftsmen in general and yelled out each new craftsman that is contributing and going about their business. Explicitly, he referenced Ice Flavor Loop Exhibit, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Wu-Tang, and Nas. We will stop this story as we don't adore each other. This gap point, it's silly, it's tiring, it's whack. He made in the event that you realize Diddy has been treating youthful specialists. You realize Busta was conversing with him. It ought to shock no one that dark tycoons in the music business have been blamed for plundering new ability to fill their pockets, yet the business most recent issues of character governmental issues have been developed to confuse the real essence of these supposed exploiters, as opposed to help every one of the dark artists attempting to advance in the new past. Craftsman Kellis and Mace, whose early achievement was each met with a strange blur from the standard, at last came clean about the abuse they purportedly looked under. Two of the business best individuals of color, Pharrell and Diddy, during the 2020s Grammys. Diddy, a close to very rich person, talked distinctly about how the actual specialists ought to assume command over the business as effective makers and financial specialists. Both have recently been entangled in debate about their transactions and creative control. In 2005, for instance, Diddy experienced harsh criticism when Jadakiss went on Hot 97 to grumble that the terrible kid pioneer was keeping his distributing privileges prisoner. The two later settled the issue, with Diddy offering back the freedoms. And all the more as of late Pharrell lost a claim to Marvin Gaye's home, which came after him for the similitudes between his creation for Robin Thicke's obscured lines and gays, must surrender it music pundits and fans the same are separated on whether the suit starts a perilous trend that rebuffs motivation, or whether it gets down on clear counterfeiting that whenever you've contrasted the melodies is almost unimaginable with Unhear Busta was certainly tending to any semblance of Diddy during his Bates acknowledgement discourse. Diddy has been charged by not one not two yet a few youthful specialists he has endorsed before Mace is most popular for his initial bars in the famous large as Mo Cash Mo issues, and to numerous hip jump fans' disillusionment, left the business in 1999 to zero in on religion. His issues with Diddy and the awful kid record mark have been reported, yet in a new Instagram post Mace uncovered his proceeded with battles with the magnate. Might spend this I heard your Grammy discourse about how you are currently for the Craftsman and about how the craftsman should assume back command. So I will be quick to show that drive likewise, before we request that different identities do us right. We ought to improve, particularly the makers. I definitely heard you when you said that you are presently for the craftsman. And to that my reaction is to see transform. You can roll out an improvement today by beginning with yourself. The welcome back rapper proceeded with your past strategic policies, have intentionally proceeded with you, have deliberately starved your craftsmen, and been incredibly unjustifiable to exactly the same craftsman that assisted you with acquiring that symbol grant on the famous terrible kid mark. For instance, you actually got my distributing from a long time back, for which you gave me $20K. Which makes me never need to work with you as any craftsman wouldn't after you realize somebody is ransacking you and discoloring your name when you would rather not consent to his unpleasant plan of action. Mace proceeds to make sense of that he proceeded not to express anything to Diddy, since he needed to hold on until he was in major areas of strength for a spot, so he didn't appear as though he was resolving the issue in a spirit of meanness. As per Mace, only a couple of days prior, he offered Diddy $2 million for the distributing privileges. Diddy paid $20,000 for, yet the business leader said that Mace would have to match what an European bidder was presenting to get his distributing freedoms back. Any other way, Mace should hold on until the freedoms returned to him in 8 years, he said. Anyway, individuals would constantly ask what's going on with Mace. So I would be compelled to, in any case, perform to not look insane when I was getting peanuts. And the burglary would go on in the verses to ride, or pass on from his 1998 collection full to difficult existence. Very rich person, Jay-Z jests about Mace. I wound whack rap, seriously rebuff them, particularly those that get for they distributing consistently, became the most fragile of the group. I most likely get more cash flow off your collection than you. Music, excuse me, begin from once again, here Diddy and Jay-Z went to the pre-Grammy rock country early lunch together, where Kevin Hart toasted about difficult work and success. The dark greatness mark that penetrates these circles subverts previously youthful dark craftsmen like Kellis and Mace, who at first saw their record bargains, regardless of how questionable, as a monetary gift. As these craftsmen tell it, this is the number of dark entrepreneurs that work don't take advantage of ability, yet in addition weakness. And when you get rich, utilize your own poverty to newfound wealth story to turn the account that is splendidly malevolent from Diddy. Isn't it music? In the wake of accepting his honor and giving the strong discourse of fiery recognition for rhymes, followed the MC collaborated with Spliff Star for Hostile Dub remix situation. Take a gander at me now. And I understand what you need yet for a considerable rundown of superstars. Hopped in red with this is New York Coilera, with players in Bia, with volleyball among them. Part of the way through the exhibition, Busta changed gears to celebrate ballroom, close by Dexta Daps with Shabba Mataput flavor. With Somi like it's Skillabang with WAP and Cuddy positions, with a Husseini done weight down man. So there you have it, another huge name emerging to shoot Diddy for his treatment of youthful craftsmen. You believe it's no time like the present he pays for his wrongdoings, let us in on in the remark segment beneath. And that is all there is to it from us today. Until next time, thank you for observing.